Okay class, so in this particular lesson I will be demonstrating you a very important concept, and that is a type of inheritance that is known as multiple inheritance. So what is exactly multiple inheritance? Multiple inheritance in Java is nothing but one class extending more than one class. Java does not have this capability, as the designers considered that multiple inheritance will be too complex to manage, but indirectly we can achieve this particular inheritance by the help of interfaces. So basically we cannot directly implement multiple inheritance in Java because of the limitations uh, of inheritance, that we cannot inherit multiple classes at the same time. But if we are using interfaces, so we can accomplish this kind of approach by using interfaces rather than classes. Okay, so we can extend more than we can implement more than one interfaces for a particular class at a time, but we can't inherit from more than one class for a particular given class at a same time. Okay, so that's why multiple inheritance basically whenever we have to use this approach, we usually do this by the help of interfaces. So now I will demonstrate you a very simple example, a very basic example, so then you can understand much better that how we can basically use this particular approach. So over here we have a flow diagram for multiple inheritance. As you can see that we have class C, we have class A and class B, and class C is inheriting from both classes at the same time, class A and class B. But this approach is not applicable in Java programming. We cannot accomplish this particular approach by the use of classes. Okay, but we can use interface. We can use interface more than one time. We can basically use interface to build this particular approach. Okay, to accomplish this particular approach, we can use interfaces rather than classes. So for example, if we have this class A and class B, and both is contributing to this class C, so what we can do is we can use an interface in replacement of this class B or this class A. So one of this particular entity will be interface and the second one will be class. So that's how we can accomplish multiple inheritance. Or if you wish, you can use more than one interface. Okay, so there is no limitation, right? For implementing interface for a particular class, you can use any number of interface you like. Okay, so now we have an example. In this particular example, what we have is a person class. Okay, we're going to create a person class that you can consider this as a base class. Okay, so it will contain some base properties for a particular person. Then we're gonna have an interface for an employee. Okay, and this particular interface will contain some abstract methods. Okay, some incomplete methods that will be completed by the class which will implement this particular interface, and that class will be teacher class. Okay, so we're gonna create one more class that will implement an interface and that will extend or inherit from this person class at the same time. So that's how we're going to accomplish this particular multiple inheritance by the help of this example. This would be a very basic example, alright? So you can understand this much better by the help of this simple example. So first of all, I'm going to create a person class. So I'm going to open up the IntelliJ. So now I will create a new project by going to the file, new project, select Java template, click next, create project from template, multiple inheritance demo. So this will be a demo project for this concept. Now we have this project created. So first thing I'll do is basically I'll gonna create a class okay. So this would be for person. Now we have this class created. So what I'm gonna do is define some fields or attributes. In this case I will make it very simple, name, age and gender. So I'm gonna say private string, this will hold down the person name, private integer, this will hold down the person age, and then we're gonna have private for person gender a field. Okay, so if you wish you can also include some more fields, but in this case I'm gonna include these 3 fields. After this I'm gonna create a constructor. So I'm gonna right click here and then click generate, choose constructor and choose all the field, control shift click, so it will select all the field, and then I'm gonna click OK. So you can see that it is generated automatically. Okay, now we have this constructor which is initializing all the field, right, name, age and gender. After this I will make 3 getter methods. So just like we generate constructor, again I'm gonna generate the getter methods for all of these fields, name, age and gender. Control shift and I select these, click OK. You can see now we have these getter methods generated. Okay, so now we have this person class completed. So I will create an employee interface now, which will be very simple. It will just contain a salary abstract method and a field which will be a constant field or a constant attribute. Okay, because you know that in interface I basically told you that in interface lecture that any attribute you define, it will be by default public, static and final. So now I will create an interface by right clicking new Java class, and this time I'm going to choose an interface and I will give this a name by a prefix I, which represent I for interface, and then a name for interface. In this case it will be for employee. Okay, so now we have this interface structure. So in here I'm going to create an attribute for an integer value that will hold down the working hours, okay, for an employee. So I'm going to name this as working hours, and now it will be a constant, so obviously it will hold some value. So in this case I'm going to pass on this value as 8 for this working hour. Okay, now after this I'm going to define the abstract method that will be that return type would be void and the name would be salary. Okay, so this will basically contain the salary information for an employee. So now we have this interface created and this base class created, so we can basically create a specific class for a specific person which is also an employee. So in this case we're going to create for teacher. Alright, so right click new Java class and I'm going to call this as teacher. Okay, so now in this particular class what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to accomplish multiple inheritance by extending this class from person class. so then it can inherit all the public properties or methods which are available within this particular class. And at the same time, I'm going to also implement the interface which I created, which is interface employee. So now it is must for this particular class to implement all the methods which are available. In this case, only salary method is available within this employee interface. So now, because I have implemented this interface, so it is must to basically implement or override all the methods, right? So just like I told you in the interface lecture, that it is a contract. When you implement any interface, so you are signing a contract with the class, and the rules of that particular contract is to override or is to implement all the methods which are available in the particular interface. So now I'm gonna extend, first of all I'm gonna extend from the person class. It means that you are inheriting from the person class, and at the same time I'm gonna implement also from the employee interface. So now you can see we have this error. If I hover over it, it is telling us that you should declare or implement abstract method which is available in employee interface. So we're gonna do this, but first of all let me include some specific properties which will be related to this teacher class. So we're gonna have a string field which will be for the specialization of the teacher. It will contain what is the in which area or in which discipline teacher has a specialization, right? And the next particular field would be for the research experience. If teacher has done some previous research, or if he or she has some experience in research, then we can basically include that particular experience in this particular field. So now I'm going to define this field as private string, and the first would be for specialization, right? Okay, so it will be for specialization, or you can also name this as discipline or major. All right. Next we're gonna have a private field that would include an integer value. So in this case I'll gonna provide this name as research experience. That would basically include the experience of research for a particular teacher. Okay, so this would be for a specific number, right? After this we're gonna have a constructor, right? A constructor that would basically also call all the fields which are available within this particular person class. Okay, because you know, when you inherit from any class, you have to initialize the constructor of that particular class also. So now we're gonna do this by the help of again generator. Okay, we're gonna generate by the help of IntelliSense, and I'm gonna click on constructor, and I'm gonna select both of these fields, click OK. So now you can see by the help of this generator we have generated this whole constructor, which is again including the name, age and gender, that will be initialized by the super class constructor. In this case it would be from person, and then it is also including specialization and research experience, that would be initialized from the specific field which is available within this class teacher. So after this I'm gonna override the methods. In this case we have only one method, which is salary, which is available within this interface employee. All right, so again by the help of generate option, I'm going to right click here, click generate, and then I'm going to select override method. And which method I'm going to override? The method which is available within the interface which we are implementing. In this case it is interface employee right here. Okay, so I'm going to click OK, and now you can see that the error is now gone, because we have implemented the method as well as the constructor which is initializing the super class constructor to initialize the base class values. So now we're gonna simply return the salary. In this case it will basically an hard coded value. So let's suppose the salary of a teacher is 50,000. okay, so now over here we have something wrong. Why it is not accepting? Because of the return type, right? So let me correct this. So I'm gonna go back to the interface and I'm gonna change this to double. okay, so then it can accept this value. Now it is okay. Alright, so now after this we're gonna make two getter method which would return the specialization and research experience values. okay, again right click and choose generate, and I'm gonna generate the getter methods. Alright, click OK. So now you can see we have this method generated. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the object of this class inside the main class. okay, so inside the main function I'm gonna make the teacher class object. Alright, so now first of all I'm gonna pass the teacher name, then teacher age. okay, then we're gonna have a gender for the teacher which would be in string, so we're gonna include it inside the quotation. Then we have the specialization, so the specialization is MSCS, which is Masters in Computer Science, and the research experience for this particular teacher is up to 5 years. okay, so we're gonna include number 5 for the research experience. So now you can see we have created an object which is initializing all the fields: name, age, gender, specialization, and research experience. So now what we can do is we can print out these values, okay, by the help of system.out.println. So first of all we're gonna print the teacher name. Alright, so it would be by the help of t1, which is an object. I'm gonna access the get name, which is a getter method, to get the name of the teacher. Then we're gonna print out teacher age, that will be accessed from get age method. Then I'm gonna print out teacher gender. okay, so this will be from get gender method. Then we're gonna have teacher specialization. okay, the specialization of a teacher is from get specialization method which we have created. So as you can see that we are just printing out the values which we have initialized by creating a object. okay, research experience, so this would be initialized by get research experience method. In the same way I'm gonna also print out the salary information, teacher salary in rupees. We're gonna include t1 dot get, so we have salary method. okay, so now you can see that we have created an object and we have printed out some values by the help of methods. So now if I execute this, you can see that we have an output in which we have the teacher name, age, gender, specialization, research experience, and salary. So as you can see that by the help of interface we have implemented a multiple inheritance for this particular class, which is teacher. So let me show you, if I don't use interface over here and if I use a class, so what would happen? So if I right click over here, new Java class, I'm going to create a class known as employee. Let's see. So now if I go back to this teacher class, okay, and if I delete this implementation, alright, and if I choose comma and include an employee, you can see that it is not letting me to inherit from two classes at the same time. So if I put my mouse over it, you can see what it is telling us, that class cannot extend multiple classes. So that's why it is important to understand that whenever you have to extend multiple classes, or whenever you have to implement multiple inheritance in Java, you can accomplish this approach by not having to extend more than one class at the same time. By the use of interface, you can basically implement as much interface you like for a particular class. Alright, so let me now correct this. I'm gonna one more time implement from the employee interface, and I will delete this. Okay, so you can see that this is the most basic example for the concept of multiple inheritance. Okay, so I hope that you have understand this. Please practice all the work which I am demonstrating you, because if you are not practicing it, then you will never be able to understand anything. Okay, so always remember to practice every work which I basically demonstrate you. So that's about it for this particular lesson.